Hey everybody, it is your boy NCO7 here, and welcome to another Iceberg video. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at the Splatubers Iceberg. Now, I know you might be thinking, weren't you going to do the Little Witch Academia Iceberg next, after the Gran Turismo one? Well, yeah, but that'll come out after this Iceberg. I'll have more on that later on. But I wanted to do a bit of a smaller Iceberg, and I've wanted to do this topic as I haven't seen anyone else cover this on YouTube yet. And hopefully I can do it justice. Now, if you don't know what a Splatuber is, it's a Splatoon YouTuber, simply put. So, I'm made an iceberg of all the Splatubers that I felt like including. Now, keep in mind, this is far, 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 far from everyone. Like, there are so many out there, I couldn't get all of them. And I probably left out a lot of notable ones. If there are any Splatubers in this that I did not include but you feel should, leave a comment down below and let me know. And maybe I'll do a part 2 to this. I mostly made this iceberg based on the people that I know, at least a little bit about, anyways. And yeah, but also I want to preface that this video is not meant for kids, because even despite Splatoon being rated E, there are some topics in this iceberg, especially later down in the iceberg, that are absolutely not for kids or families. So, yeah, you've been warned. But with that all being said, let's get right into this. Octoboy. Octoboy, I would say, is probably the most famous of the Splatubers, as he's a YouTuber that has over 250,000 subs. And, well, he's pretty much well known for making a lot of videos regarding funny moments from playing games with his friend, mostly Splatoon, with a lot of collabs from other Splatubers that will also be mentioned later on in this iceberg. The reason I decided to include it is I feel like he's probably the one who has had the most big impact, as well as the fact that his videos are really, really good. I'd highly recommend checking them out. Jmoji. Jmoji is also known for making videos of funny moments while playing games, though his content isn't necessarily exclusive to Splatoon. He does other stuff as well, but he still made some good Splatoon videos, and I'd heavily recommend watching those as well and checking him out. Failboat. Okay, this is one that is a bit of a stretch, but I decided to include it anyways. If you don't know, Failboat is also someone who makes videos on other games besides Splatoon, but has made some funny moments on video from Splatoon before, and they're actually quite good. And yeah, check him out as well. Viontastic. Viontastic is pretty known in the Splatoon community, specifically for his series on Bridget, who's this Oxaling who's trying to get out of the subway. Essentially, it's just an Oxo expansion playthrough, but with a bit more character and Agent Aid, now named Bridget, but also makes some other videos as well on Splatoon, and also has collaborated with other Splatubers, and is also worth checking out. Yeah, that's the entire first layer. Let's just move on to the next layer, I guess. Skull. Originally known as Skull Shorticle TCG, he also is another YouTuber who makes a lot of Splatoon videos, but also does some Pokemon content as well. He's also collaborated with other Splatubers, though to be honest, his content's never really been the biggest for me. I kind of find it as just kind of boring, but don't take that the wrong way. Although, one thing to note is that he has lost subscribers from what I've noticed before. And from what I know, that there is some sort of drama that at least happened with him, but I have no real information on the drama, so it is possible that it may not have happened. If anyone has any information on any drama involving Skull, let me know in the comment section, because I'd really like to learn more about this. GG Gabriel Gaming. GG Gabriel Gaming is a pretty known memer in the community, mostly makes Splatoon videos that are, well, memes. He's also collabed with other people such as Octoboy and Skull before. A lot of Splatubers that play Splatoon usually play together, so I may as well clear that up. Pool. Originally Pool157, Pool is a SFM animator who's made series like Oxaling Innocent, and are really, really, really well animated. Honestly, they're some of the best animations I've seen on YouTube in general. Unfortunately, though, he did eventually stop making videos, and, well, his presence online kind of just went away after Oxaling Innocent 2 Part 3. Although he did eventually make a post on his YouTube channel in 2021 stating that he had some ideas to come back, though it was really up to the fans. John Sandwich. John Sandwich is another SFM animator who also makes Splatoon animations, though they are much more on the short side, and he posts a lot more frequently. His animations are really, really good. Not really much to say about that. Go check him out. Alex Spider. Alex Spider is a Gmod Splatoon animator who has made Splatoon Gmod animations for basically as long as Splatoon Gmod animations have been a thing, as he was one of the pioneers in making Splatoon animations into what they are today. He still makes videos rather frequently and has done quite well. Definitely recommend checking him out as well. NW Player 123. NW Player 123 is a YouTuber who makes videos on hacks regarding various games. And the reason why I decided to put this person on the iceberg is simply because of his most popular video being of Octolings online in Splatoon 1, which, keep in mind, in Splatoon 1, you couldn't play as Octolings at all, so you had to basically hack them into the game. I figured I'd mention it since the video itself has over 3.7 million views, which is pretty solid for just a hack. Tina Clementine. Tina Clementine is a former Splatoon animator who made videos before, but eventually stopped doing it due to how toxic the community became. More on that later on in this video. Though, he does still make some images in SFM, and sometimes posts them to social media, so he is still doing well nowadays. NCSO7. NCSO7 is a former Splatoon animator slash, if you can even call him an animator, who made Splatoon videos as well, but makes a lot of other content. While he used to make a lot of Splatoon content all the time, he would eventually stop doing it until later down the line, when something could potentially happen with his channel. We have yet to see whether or not that happens, but he's still doing well these days from what it seems. Snorth93. Snorth93 is more of a news update channel, specifically making update videos on Splatoon, what's happening, and maybe some theories going on around it. He does do some other content. From what I know, he mostly does Splatoon stuff, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand his content. His content's kinda bleh. At least the last time I watched it, it was kinda just boring. I don't really get it, but hey, if you like it, that's completely fine. Not meaning to be disrespectful, but I do have opinions. Rex Legend / Shining Nova. This is a former Splatoon Gmod animator that originally started a channel under the name Rex Legend, making various Splatoon Gmod machinimas / animations, before eventually deleting his channel in 2017, and then making a new channel called Shining Nova, and making a couple animations on there before deleting that one as well. The reason I wanted to mention him on this list is because he's actually the very first Splatoon Gmod animator that I ever came across on YouTube, and it's really cool, and it's kind of weird to see how his channel, he actually made some quite good content, but most of it's been lost to time. Genesis / The Yellowest. This is a former Splatoon animator that started with Gmod on a channel called The Yellowest and made some pretty good videos in my opinion, though eventually deleted the channel in 2018 due to criticism, then rebranding to Genesis and making a new channel, mostly making videos on SFM now, and is doing quite well. The reason that he / she is so low on the list is mostly just because I mostly remember him as The Yellowest, more so than anything, but still makes some good videos regardless. Shroom. Originally called Blue Inkling, he also is another animator that made animations before retiring for some time until starting a new channel, which didn't really get anywhere because most of the Splatoon videos that were on said channel would become unlisted. Before I start talking about any of the entries in this layer of the iceberg, this is where I want to again preface, viewer discretion is advised. This part of the video is where we get into a lot more disturbing and disgusting stuff, that I honestly have never even talked about on this channel before, so just be warned. Heavy the Squid. Originally named Inspector Heavy, Heavy the Squid was a pedophile who made Splatoon animations until allegations started to arise in 2018 for grooming a young girl, that being Ellie Gadelia, which we'll talk about her in a second. Eventually, he tried to salvage his channel and whatnot, but eventually, he kind of got tarnished. I mean, being a pedophile is a really disgusting thing. In this, he deleted his channel as well as all of his social media. Ellie Gadelia. I just mentioned her before, but she's been a victim of a lot of grooming from adults, though she's also done other stuff as well and gotten involved in other controversies, such as once actually trying to perform a suicide stunt on live stream and trying to get people to like up their stream and whatnot when addressing said allegations. I'm not too surprised by this because being groomed really is not a good thing at all, and it's very likely that given how manipulative some of the people she talked to were, it's very likely that she just didn't know any better, unfortunately. But still got involved in some controversy. The Lewd House. So, this is something that, this was a scandal that had happened on Discord. Essentially, a Discord server by the name of the Lewd House existed for 18 and up role plays and Splatoon content, basically. Unfortunately, though, while this was meant for people of the age of 18 and over, lots of the members were minors. And yeah, you can kind of guess how well that happened. There were several people that were involved in that. One of them being GFCraze634, who I actually forgot to talk about, but I'm going to talk about him here real briefly. GFCraze634 did machinimas and whatnot on Super Mario 64 and Splatoon, and he was also a pedophile who also groomed Ellie by basically asking her to take pictures of her feet because he has a foot fetish. While he would later go and apologize for this, the apology wasn't really anything that good because it was pretty stereotypical. He only really apologized just because he got caught. But going back to the whole Lewd House thing, the Lewd House was eventually shut down, though it is possible that there are other servers that are similar to this. Let's just hope that those only consist of adults, because what this stuff is extremely disgusting, and hopefully this doesn't happen ever again. And that was the Splatubers Iceberg, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully you learned something new today, especially given like that last layer to like, definitely don't associate with those people, definitely don't. I would heavily advise you to not do that because of how horrible they are, but yeah, that last layer was not very fun, but still, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was a bit shorter than you'd want it to be, but then again, though, I was originally planning the Gran Turismo video, Iceberg video, to be a lot shorter, but then that ended up becoming my longest Iceberg, so this is going to be it. Now, I didn't go over everyone. I mean, I couldn't. There's so many out there with... And I know that this iceberg was pretty short, but honestly, that's mostly because there wasn't really a lot to say on some of these people. Some of these people just barely have any information or any real presence online, so there's not really much I can say. And I was mostly made the iceberg with the, like, based around the people that I knew about and the situations that I knew about, but that's where you guys come in. If there's any people that you feel should be mentioned on that should have been included, then let me know in the comment section below, and if I get enough potential responses, I could maybe make a part 2, but who knows. Next video will be a Little Witch Academia Iceberg. That's going to be coming out in August, so stay tuned for that, and yeah, I don't really have much else to say on this at the end of this one, so thanks for watching, and have a good day. Peace out.